Okay, so I need to talk to you guys about something that's been driving me absolutely crazy lately. My eyes have been feeling like sandpaper. They're constantly burning, and I swear I'm blinking more than a cartoon character. I thought maybe it was just allergies or lack of sleep. But then I started digging into the research, and wow, turns out what I'm dealing with is called dry eye disease. And it's not just me being dramatic. We're talking about a legitimate medical condition that affects somewhere between 16 to 49 million Americans alone. And the global numbers? They're honestly staggering. So let's dive into what dry eye actually is, who's getting it, and why this is happening to so many of us right now. So here's the thing. Dry eye disease isn't just having dry eyes occasionally. It's a chronic condition where your tears either don't produce enough moisture or the quality of your tears is poor, so they evaporate too quickly. Think of your tears like a protective 3-layer cake for your eyes. You've got the mucus layer that sticks to your eye, the watery layer in the middle that provides moisture and nutrients, and the oil layer on top that seals everything in and prevents evaporation. When any of these layers gets messed up, whether you're not producing enough tears or your oil glands aren't working properly, that's when dry eye disease happens. And here's what really surprised me. Meibomian gland dysfunction is highly prevalent and is the leading cause of evaporative dry eye disease. These are tiny oil glands in your eyelids that are supposed to release oil every time you blink. When they get blocked or stop working properly, your tears evaporate way too fast. Okay, so when I started looking at the statistics, I honestly couldn't believe what I was seeing. Let me break this down for you. Global impact. Conservative prevalence estimates suggest that 10 to 20% of the population over 40 years of age report moderate to severe symptoms and/or seek treatment for dry eye disease. That's literally 1 in 5 people over 40 dealing with this. United States. Current data shows between 16 million and 49 million Americans have dry eyes. The range is huge because dry eye is seriously underdiagnosed. So many people just think it's normal. Age breakdown. Here's where it gets really interesting. DED was significantly more prevalent in older age group less than 45 years and in females than males in all age groups. But here's the kicker. Using similar diagnostic criteria to those reported in adults, the prevalence of DED in children ranged from 5.5% to 23.1%. Wait, what? Kids are getting dry eye disease now? That's not normal, you guys. Gender differences. Dry eye disease affects women at a disproportionately higher rate than men. We're talking about nearly double the rates in some studies. And honestly, as someone dealing with this, that hits close to home. So the big question is, why is this happening to so many of us now? And why are even kids getting dry eye disease? Number 1, the screen time epidemic. The long-time screen workers were also found to have higher lid margin, abnormality scores, higher Meibomian scores, greater Meibomian gland loss, and worse expression of Meibom than the short-time screen workers. Translation, the more time you spend staring at screens, the more damaged your oil glands become. And think about it. How many hours a day are you looking at screens? Your phone, computer, TV, tablet. We're basically torturing our eyes all day long. Number 2, the blinking problem. Computer eye strain can cause Meibomian gland dysfunction due to a reduction in blinking that leads to less lipid secretion and eventually tear film instability. Here's something wild I learned when we're focused on screens. We blink about 60% less than normal. Those oil glands I mentioned? They need you to blink to squeeze out the oil. If you're not blinking enough, they literally stop working properly. Number 3, the pandemic effect. A total of 449 participants were analyzed, with a mean age of 21.8 years and 61.5% female. This was a study done during the pandemic on medical students, and the dry eye rates were through the roof. Think about what happened to all of us during COVID. Suddenly, we were on Zoom calls all day, working from home, spending even more time on our devices. Our eyes went from getting occasional breaks to being under constant digital assault. But here's what's really happening inside our eyes. And this is where it gets both fascinating and terrifying. Number 4, the Meibomian gland crisis. Meibomian gland dysfunction can lead to altered tear film composition, ocular surface disease, ocular and eyelid discomfort, and evaporative dry eye. These glands are literally dying off. Prolonged screen exposure can reduce blinking frequency, leading to dry eyes and inadequate oil distribution. This can create a cycle of irritation and gland dysfunction. Number 5, The vicious cycle. Your eyes get dry, so you rub them. Rubbing causes more irritation. The irritation makes your glands produce even less oil. Less oil means more dryness. And round we go. Number 6. The inflammation factor. Reasons for tear film dysfunction are many, including hormone changes, autoimmune disease, inflamed eyelid glands, or allergic eye disease. So it's not just screens. Our modern lifestyle is creating the perfect storm. Stress, hormonal changes, environmental factors, and yes, all that screen time. And here's something that really puts this into perspective. Manufacturers' global revenues for dry eye treatments is expected to top $6 billion in 2023. $6 billion. That's how big this problem has become. We're talking about an entire industry built around treating a condition that barely existed 20 years ago. It has a substantial negative impact on those affected and on healthcare systems. Its impact is wide-reaching. This isn't just about discomfort. People are missing work, struggling with daily activities, and dealing with chronic pain because their eyes can't stay properly lubricated. So here's what really gets me about all this. We're the first generation in human history to stare at glowing rectangles for 8 hours a day. Our eyes evolved to look at distant horizons, not to focus on tiny pixels inches from our faces. And we're seeing the results in real time. Kids who should have perfect eyes are developing dry eye disease. Young adults are dealing with chronic eye pain. Women are being hit harder than men, possibly because of hormonal factors combined with screen use patterns. MGD, if not treated, can make it more likely for you to have an infection or inflammation in general. This isn't just about comfort. We're talking about long-term eye health. Look, I'm not trying to scare you into throwing your devices away, but I think we need to be honest about what's happening here. Dry eye disease has gone from being a rare condition, affecting mainly elderly people, to a global epidemic, affecting people of all ages. The good news? Now that we understand what's causing it, we can start doing something about it. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into in my next videos. What this is actually doing to our bodies, and how we can fight back. But for now, maybe just try to be more conscious of your blinking. Seriously, your Meibomian glands will thank you. Let me know in the comments if you've been dealing with dry eyes. I have a feeling we're all in this together. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're going to get into the real solutions next time.